Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about laundry tips and tricks and things to do to make laundry a whole lot easier and to save you time and money. So if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so these are things that I do on a regular basis that help me with my laundry routine and just makes it a lot easier to where I'm not drowning in laundry. I don't usually get behind and I don't feel like it consumes me or my time. So I'm just going to take you through and tell you all the things that work for me. So tip number one that I have is do not sort by colors. To me, this just seems like an unnecessary step unless you plan on like bleaching your whites. In that case, obviously you would do that, but typically I don't use a lot of like bleach on my clothes, so I'll just wash everything together. Usually what I'll do is I'll take mine and my husband's laundry and do a load, and then I'll take my boys' laundry and do a load, and then depending on if there's anything in there that we need to wear right away, I'll go ahead and combine them if they're not too big of loads. And obviously if you do have like a new shirt that has a lot of dyes in it, like red, a bright red shirt, a really dark black shirt, dark jeans, anything like that that's gonna bleed onto the other clothes, then at that point you would want to separate or hand wash or wash that separately so that it doesn't bleed onto your other clothes and ruin it. So just keep that in mind. The second tip that I have, and I don't know if this will work for a lot of washers out there, but the newer washers these days have multiple settings, and I typically will choose the quick wash setting. So it's like anywhere from 35 to 37 minutes, something like that, versus if you're setting it on bedding, it'll take over an hour to wash. If you're putting it on normal even, it's anywhere from 50 minutes to an hour. So it just depends on how soiled your laundry is. Typically our laundry isn't that soiled to where it needs to wash for an hour. So this is gonna save a lot of time on the front end when you're washing your clothes. Another tip that I have is to use just a small amount of detergent. A lot of times people will overuse detergent and fill up the whole cup. So with HE washers, you don't need that much detergent, so just a small amount. So usually in a cup size, I'll fill it up about that much, and it seems to do the trick. If you have sensitive skin or allergies or anything like that, obviously you want to try to use the dye-free kinds, or you can make your own detergent. So I'll try to remember to leave like a little recipe down below or a link. I have some on Pinterest. I've made my own before too. Along the natural side of things, for the dryer, I do use dryer sheets just because it makes my clothes smell good, but I know there's a lot of ingredients in there that aren't good for your skin. So one thing you can do is use dryer wool balls and just add a little bit of essential oils. That'll give your clothes a fresh smell. The wool dryer balls help fluff the clothes and decrease drying time, so that helps. And if you don't have those wool dryer balls, they're not very expensive, like a 2-pack at Walmart. Then also tennis balls work really well just to help tumble the towels and fluff them up. And then if you're worried about static electricity, another thing you can do is take some foil and ball it up and throw that in your dryer, and that helps prevent static electricity. Okay, the next tip that I have is to only have one towel per family member, and then just wash after every few uses. So usually it's about 3 to 4 uses that we'll get out of them before they do start having a little bit of an odor, but you figure you're just drying off with it, you're pretty clean. And we hang them up to dry right away after each use, so we can get several uses out of them. Then when we go to wash them, all I do is wash and dry, and I don't have to fold a whole bunch of towels. I simply go put them all back where they go and we reuse them. So that is a huge time saver and saves on obviously washing and drying. I do use fabric softener, but when washing my towels, I will sometimes use distilled white vinegar. That also acts as a fabric softener and helps remove any odors and stuff like that. You can also toss in a little bit of baking soda in your wash as well to help remove some of those odors. So that's another tip if you want to go using some natural products instead of the stuff that has all the harmful chemicals. You want to make sure that you're treating stains right away as soon as possible if you can. Sometimes I don't always catch my kids' stains on their clothes until I'm going to wash them. So I'll just go through their clothes as I'm putting them in the wash, and if I see any stains, I'll go ahead and treat it. My first go-to is the Shout stain remover, but that doesn't always work very well. So if it's something that I think requires a little bit stronger of a stain remover, I'll actually take the Fels Naptha bar soap and just run into my kids' bathroom and treat it underneath the sink, rub the bar of soap right on the stain and kind of rub it in, and that works really well as a stain remover. And those are probably about $1 in the laundry aisle. So something that I try to teach my kids is that they can rewear some of their clothes several times before throwing it in the wash. So the first thing obviously is PJs. We take baths and showers at night, so for the most part we are clean when we go to bed. So you know, I'll catch my son taking his pajamas off in the morning after wearing them one time and throwing them in the throwing them in the dirty hamper, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Fold them and just set them out on your dresser to rewear for a few nights before having to wash it again. Another item of clothing that you can wear over and over and don't need to wash after every single use are jeans. So that's something that we do as well. We'll wear them for quite a while before we wash them. That's just what we've always done. I don't know what other people do, but yeah, it saves, again, time and money. Okay, so another tip that I have is to get your kids involved. So my youngest one is 5 years old, and he's been helping put away his laundry for the last couple of years. So I try to teach my boys when they're young to help get involved, teach them how to do stuff just so they can learn, and they don't mind it for the most part, just because that's what they're used to. So start them young, get them involved, helping them put their clothes away, showing them where they go. And then when they reach the age that you feel comfortable, you can have them start doing their own laundry. So I'm starting right now to teach my middle son, who's 10 years old, to start helping start the wash, transfer clothes into the dryer. My oldest, who's 13, has been doing his own clothes now for the last year and a half or so. So usually between the ages of 10 and 12, they can start doing their own if you're comfortable, just as long as you teach them. You can even have them write it down if they don't remember. Tell them how much soap to use, the settings to put it on, that sort of thing. But that will definitely help you, and it helps them in their future when they become adults. Then they know how to do their own laundry. Okay, when it comes to folding clothes, I say to only fold what you have to. So for us, we don't fold that many clothes. I just have usually a few pants to fold. As far as my underwear, I don't fold them. I just throw them in a little basket in my closet. Socks, we just match. And then when it comes to hanging clothes up, what I do is I like to do it on a flat surface. So I have always used my bed to fold laundry on. So I take all my shirts and just lay them all out first, kind of shake them out, get the wrinkles out. Then I'll go through and put all the hangers on and then put everything away. It just makes it so much quicker. So you could use like your kitchen table, a bed, if you have a table or anything like that in your laundry room. I just find that that's the easiest way to do it. And for me, in my bedroom, it's just close to where the clothes get put away, so it just saves on time. And when it comes to drying my clothes, the nice thing about the dryer that I have is it has a de-wrinkle feature. So I'll select that, and depending on how long I wash my clothes, so for a smaller normal load, I will do 40 minutes. For a larger load or for towels, I'll do 60. But what that de-wrinkle feature will do is just every 10 minutes after the time is up, it'll give it a good tousle and help prevent wrinkling. So if I'm out and about running errands, then I will use that feature. Now there are times where the laundry does get forgotten about, and I've been there, done that. So what I will do is, if it's been in there for a while and the clothes are all wrinkled, is I will just take a wet washcloth and throw that in there and let that go for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that will create some steam and de-wrinkle your clothes. And my next and last tip is to do what works best for you. So for some people, that's doing one small load every day. For me personally, I like to do 1 to 2 loads every 2 to 3 days, because I do work a couple days outside of the home, so I can't do laundry every day, and I don't really have enough laundry to do every day. So I'll usually wait till our basket gets like 2/3 full and throw a load in. Other times I'll do it when it's halfway full, and like I said, combine ours and our boys' laundry together just to make one big load. And like I said, every 3 to 4 days I'll do our towels, and about every 1 to 2 weeks I'll do our sheets. And then on occasion I'll throw stuff in the wash that we don't wash on a regular basis, such as blankets, jackets, floor mats and stuff like that. Okay, so those are all my laundry tips and tricks. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.